Hi everyone. So today Dan and I are hoping to go out ghost hunting. The petrol situation, it's not good, but we are going to try and get to today's location. What people don't know is Dan doesn't know where we're going. He hasn't got a clue. He's going to be blindfolded before signposts lead him to the location and give him a clue. The first time he's going to see the location is when I get him out of the car and ask him to take his blindfold off. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. It's a place that we all know and love. Dan has no idea. I'm not driving there this time. My hubby is going to be doing the driving. But yeah, I think Dan might be a bit nervous, a bit apprehensive, because he's not in control over his senses while we travel there. It will be interesting to see how he reacts to driving with a blindfold. The actual location, will it build more excitement? Who knows? But I'm sure that Dan will put a post telling everybody how he feels before we leave. It looks like it's going to be a good one. So hope you can all join us, and if anything, just to be nosy to see where we end up. But I think we're going to have a good time tonight. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, and I'm a little bit nervous, maybe not the right word. I'm a little bit tentative as to what's going to happen today, because it's all in the hands of Viv. And as you know, anything can happen when it's in Viv's hands. So today, apparently, I'm being blindfolded and put into Andy's car. Andy's her husband, by the way. And they're driving me to a venue that apparently I'm going to be super excited about. Or to put it in Viv's words, you're going to piss your pants. So I don't know if that will be the case. Although I'm getting old enough now and probably will piss my pants, but they're for totally different reasons. But so we're on our way for this adventure this morning, and as I say, Lord only knows what awaits me. But it could be, I could end up in Disneyland, knowing Viv and what goes on in her head. But yeah, we'll go with it. We'll sit in the car, we'll be blindfolded, and we'll see what transpires. I must admit, I'm quite excited because, you know me and the paranormal and haunted venues. I just love it, can't get enough of it. So wherever it is, I'm sure I'm going to be cock-a-hoop, as they say. So follow us, and you'll see where I'm going to end up way before I do, I'm sure. So, yeah, we'll speak to you soon. Wish me luck. Wish me safety. See you soon. That's a bit ominous, Viv. Your face in the background there with that sneaky smile on it. There you go. So we're in the car now. Andy's driving us there, and I don't know what awaits, but I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to this. So we'll have to wait and see what transpires. So we've got the blindfolds there somewhere, innit? And that'll be going on me way before we get to the there you go, way before we get to the venue. So yeah, speak to you in a bit. I'm always scared. Always scared. See you all in a bit. Thank you. What way am I meant to look, Viv?
Just take your mask off.
Oh,
Where are we, Dan?
this is Borley.
This is Borley Rectory. Not Borley Rectory, but Borley Church.
Oh, I'm so happy. If I remember rightly, didn't they bury a skull in here that was found in the rectory?
I don't know.
Isn't it a nun? They believe it to be a skull of the nun that walks the back over there somewhere.
I don't know. But look at that. Look at that, everyone.
Right, just in case you don't know, this is a big thing for me. Is it for any paranormal investigator, Viv, all of us? But for me, it's extra special because Harry Price is my hero. And irrespective of what you read about him, believe me, there was no real shenanigans going on. It was purely and simply implemented by people within the PSR that were jealous of him.
Were you truly surprised when we took
Absolutely surprised, blown away by it, because I've not been here for years, and the reason I haven't been here for so long is because you can't get anywhere near the village. You have to park outside it, or, like Andy did, bless him, drop us off so we can investigate, because you can't really get anywhere near it. So, for me, this is like a kid in a sweet shop time. Just love it. Let's crack on in here, let's have a look. So myself and Viv, we're outside the actual entrance to the church here at Borley, and the church has lots and lots of activity going on. Some people say, we were talking about this earlier, weren't we, Viv?
Yeah.
That what we were saying, weren't we, that some people say that the activity is more in the church, than it was at the rectory.
That's right.
So we were discussing this earlier, so yeah, and it's just literally just behind us. You can see that's the main door to it. And we're going to sort of plant ourselves here and see, even though the churchyard's haunted, and I believe the nun would have walked over the back there somewhere, and the rectory would have been over here somewhere. So we're going to see if we can hear any noises coming out of it. So really exciting, so excited. There's young Vivian.
One thing.
Having that fag. And here we are, right in the grounds of Borley Church or Chapel, right next to, or right near to where the old rectory was, made infamous or famous by Mr. Harry Price. Yeah, and obviously in there, guys, as I was showing you earlier, very, very haunted, reputedly, and I'll tell you a little bit about this from when I was a kid. Well, I've been here as a kid, but something I remember watching on TV as a kid. So I remember I was way back when, in the early 70s, like all of us, we're all really intrigued and interested by the paranormal, which is why we do it. And we've all been intrigued and interested, at least most people that I know have since they were kids. You've been interested since you were a kid, haven't you?
Yeah.
So.
And this is one of the first stories that I actually read.
There
one
you
of
go.
the first ghost stories I ever read about a haunting in England.
Exactly. So it's good. And that's more or less where we've all started off with this story, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So the story, obviously, you know the story about the haunted rectory. You don't need me to go over it, and about Mr. Harry Price. Well, obviously, this is made famous by Mr. Harry Price and his exploits. And I remember way back in the 70s when I was a kid, watching a programme, I think it was on BBC at the time, and there were investigators. And by this time, I can't remember, I don't think the rectory was gone, it was burned down by that point, it had completely gone. But I remember that they did an investigation here, and they showed some footage that since has not become available. And actually, Viv will tell you about this footage a little bit later, because she told me about it, I didn't realise. But I remember watching this footage, and I remember that they'd set up a lock-off camera inside here in this church, and they'd stood a Bible up, and they went away, shut it down, locked it up, walked away. And as soon as they'd gone away, you heard footsteps walking up the aisle of the church, or walking up part of the church, and it got to near the Bible, and then you heard sort of a raspy, deep breathing, and then all of a sudden the Bible just went bang, just got chucked over, pushed over. And yeah, I think that was my first introduction to Borley as a child, and it just, ever since then, it was captivating. Now, Viv, I'll get Viv to tell you about this footage, because I didn't realise this. Right, so Viv, if you could tell them about that footage that I was telling you about, because you knew more about it than I did.
Apparently, the footage was taken when Harry Price was alive and his business partner. I'm going to call him the business partner because I don't know what else to call him. And they set up cameras in this church, and they'd forgot about them. I left them running, and the church was locked up, and they went back to the rectory. But subsequently, since his death, the footage has now ended up in the hands of his grandson. So his grandson has the footage, but it's never been made public to anywhere. He keeps it very quiet today. I don't think you even hear about Harry Price's family and the descendants and whatnot. So.
No, you don't.
But he has, to this day, he has this footage. So it's interesting. You said that you'd seen it in the 70s.
Yeah. It was a one-off. It was just a one-off, and I'd never seen it before. Never seen it after. In all the times I tried to chase it and try and re-find this footage, it's just never been available. It's like it never existed, but clearly it did, because I saw it. Yeah. And from what you're saying, that's what's happened to it.
And they also heard furniture moving in this footage. They left it closed out the night. Furniture moves and it gets thrown around in there.
But I think that was the thing, wasn't it? I think that even Harry Price and that realised that the actual activity was probably more prevalent in there, than it was in the rectory. Yeah, it's interesting.
And as well, which is quite interesting, in this churchyard there is a grave that has a mortise lock.
Is there?
We'll have a walk around and see if we can find it.
I didn't know that. What's the reasoning behind that, do you know?
I don't know whether it's to stop the grave robbers, because if that is the case, it would have been more.
Right.
But people refer to that as the witch's grave, because it isn't a female's grave.
It's all these fairy tales and myths that grow up around these.
But it's quite interesting to see, and who knows what's going to happen when we get to twilight, like we've had before.
Yeah.
We've had stuff that's cracked off.
Yeah, definitely.
We've only got a few hours here, really, so we'll come just at the right time. The sun's setting now.
Yeah, dusk will be upon us soon, so that's good, and it's the right time of year as well, isn't it?
And hopefully we might see something.
Yeah, be good. Hear something, see something, that'd be good. And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now, but yeah, it's an amazing place. It blows me away, and
your face blew me away when you saw where we were standing.
Do you know, I just can't. I can't. As I say, I've visited Harry's grave over the years and been there, and it's quite sad, really, because his grave. That was my bag. Don't worry, it's nothing paranormal. His grave is kind of hidden away and nobody really knows it's there, and it was, to all intents and purposes, forgotten about. He's not, but you know, his work and that will never be, but his grave is.
And
and
Peter Underwood used to come here quite a lot as well.
Peter Underwood, yeah, I think he's passed a few years ago now, didn't he? He passed away a few years ago.
So
All the greats.
You might even get a message from Peter Underwood himself.
You don't know. You never know. You never know. And I'm hoping that maybe Mr. Price himself will make his presence known this evening. You never know. You never know. It'd be nice if he did. And obviously he'd know the reason we're here, so he might want to come forward and give us a little bit of evidence. But there's been lots of odd things that have gone around this village, isn't there, really, you know?
Did you hear that?
Yeah. What was that?
That was just in
that bag that I put down there made that noise. I didn't. That bag was up straight. That wasn't like that. Unless I...
Oh, but that... Listen, footsteps.
It's every time you mention Harry Price.
What was that?
Some sort of bird. Right, we're going to get back later on this afternoon, evening, and do a little bit more investigating. Let's see what happens. Right, we're going to start a vigil. We're going to start while it's daylight and then see how it progresses into the darkness. But what we're going to do, we're going to have to be really, really quiet because there are houses just dotted all around here. And we just heard someone's, we thought it was spirit voices, but it wasn't. It was somebody had a radio going in their back garden, and there was a little dog yapping and barking. So they're aware that we're here, the doggies anyway. So we're just going to have to be quiet. But we're going to do a vigil, and we're going to see if we can get anything off of that. So bear with us.
Is there anybody here with me and Dan? Could you tell me what your name is, please? Are you connected to Harry Price? Did you know Peter Underwood? Did you love this church? Is there anybody here with me and Dan? Could you tell me what your name is, please? Are you connected to Harry Price? Did you know Peter Underwood? Bloody birds.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound though, the blackbird, isn't it? But
Did you love this church?
nothing on that, no.
No.
Well, you know, it's worth a try, and the birds hopefully will go to sleep a little bit when it gets a bit dark. Well, that's a beautiful sound to hear. Love the sound of blackbirds singing.
Just erase that one. Where I've been so shit at EVPs, it's now Dan's turn to give it a go. So let's see if he gets more luck than me. Sorry about that.
Energies that are with us in this churchyard this evening. That's a van going past. My name is Dan, and the lady who's with me is called Viv. Could you tell me your name, please, if that's possible? Another car. Now this is a long shot, but I just wondered if The spirit of Mr. Harry Price is here this evening. Are you here, Mr. Price?
I hear a bee.
Yeah, there's one by me. One last question that I'd like to ask, if possible, please. I would like to communicate with any of the spirit energies that are inside the church behind me. Could you just come forward and speak, please? Even though I may not be able to hear you audibly, we'll be able to hear you when we play this recording back. You should be able to pick your voice up on this machine. Could you shout as loud as you could, please, so that we can hopefully pick it up? Are there any spirits or spirit energies that are with us? That's a fan going past. My name is Dan, and the lady who's with me is called Viv. Could you tell me your name, please, if that's possible? Another car. Now, this is a long shot, but I just wondered if the spirit of Mr. Harry Price is here this evening. Are you here, Mr. Price? Yeah, there's one by me. One last question I'd like to ask, if possible, please. I would like to communicate with any of the spirit energies that are inside the church behind me. Could you just come forward and speak, please? Even though I may not be able to hear you audibly, we'll be able to hear you when we play this recording back.
What's that, something?
Pick your voice up on this machine.
What's that, something?
Motorbike. Could you shout as loud as you could, please, so that we can hopefully pick it up? Nothing. It's a bust, as they say. Well, that's okay. Just erase that. Erase. Right, so Viv has set a EMF meter up over there, and it's calibrating itself at the moment. But when it's fully calibrated, that noise will stop, and then Viv's gonna. There you go. Okay. And Viv's gonna ask some questions and see if we can get any hits on that.
Have we got a lady here with us? Are you a man? Are you an animal?
Okay, guys, before we go any further, I'd just like to point out the steam that's going across the camera is from the coffee I've got here, and it's not paranormal.
Tiger? Are you a dog? Are you a cat? Are you a big cat? Are you a bird? You
It's
might be
weird,
a bird.
isn't it?
Ghost of a bird.
What do you think that's doing? Ghost of a perhaps that blackbird we heard as a spirit.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's not.
Well, why not?
Well, you never know. Mind you, as far as I know, they can't talk English.
Well, they might be able to in spirit.
They might be, you never know. There's weird, you know what? There's weird, what was it Albert Einstein said? No matter how weird and unusual you can think of,
It's all relative.
yeah, basically, it can be done. Is there any chance that you could stop that machine calibrating itself and making that noise, please?
No, it does that, doesn't it? When
It just does it to calibrate them.
Until spirit
Yeah.
go near it. Dad, hold out for the nun.
I was actually gonna thinking of that. Is the spirit of the nun that walks, or used to walk by the rectory here? If the spirit of the nun still walks these grounds, could you come forward and interact with that machine that's on the floor making noise, please? Myself and Viv, we're here. Ah.
Is it the nun? Are you the nun?
Would you like to be called sister? Hello, sister. My name is Dan.
I'm Vivian.
Do you remember a man that used to come here called Mr. Harry Price? You do remember him, that's good.
Did you like him? Did you not like him? Ooh.
Didn't like him then.
Did you hate him? I know hate's a strong word, but did you dislike him? Have a hate?
Yeah, didn't like him.
Hatred. Ooh.
Do you mind what we're doing, sister? Sister, could you come back, please, and communicate with us? My name is Dan.
I'm Vivian.
And we're here out of respect and love. We are totally here with respect and love. We're just trying to find answers. We're not going to treat you like a gimmick.
Which is why we've come during the day and not at night. Because we are trying to be respectful as we possibly can.
So if that's anything to go by, she remembers Harry, and she really didn't like him. I guess that's because as a nun, she may feel that what we're doing flies in the face of the Lord. She may see it as witchcraft, remembering that the period that she came from was possibly hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Now, there is a story with this nun, Viv, isn't there? About, I think it goes along the lines that she was having an illicit affair with a monk.
And they had a baby.
And yeah, I think so. And then she got,
yeah,
and that she'd been murdered and all sorts of. But it's amazing, isn't it, how these tall tales replicate each other throughout the ages and throughout the different towns and cities that you go to. Same story.
Same story at Hinchinbrook House.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Sister, if you're still here, there was a skull that was, I believe it was unearthed in the rectory, that was later on buried in a grave here in sacred ground. Was that your skull? Was that your skull, sister? I'm assuming it is because you've lit the machine up. Were you murdered, sister?
Ah. Did you have plague? Did the plague hit this?
Did that just make a noise then, Viv? When I said about murder?
Yeah. There you go.
It's gone again. Back again. Sister, were you murdered? I'm ever so sorry if you were.
Did you know your killer? Was it a man that killed you?
Interesting. Sister, are you looking for peace? Or have you found peace? Has she found peace?
It sounds like it.
Sorry, sister, could you do that again? If you found peace, could you do that again, please? And I hope to God you have.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So she has found peace.
She's been murdered.
And she has found peace. Sister, would you mind coming back again, please? Could you come back to the machine, please? Viv?
What are you hearing?
I heard something inside that church.
Can you just stop
A
that?
tap. Right. I heard a little tap inside that church. May not be anything.
I was hearing tapping earlier.
Did you hear a
Was that
tapping?
to you?
We heard a
You thought
tapping.
It was your bag.
That was my first one was my bag, but the
Second
second tap was inside
Yeah.
the actual grating here, inside this gate bit here. And I just heard a tap a second ago from here.
That's right by you.
Was that a tapping? It's a tapping behind me, wasn't it? Right next to me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got a voice recorder, Viv? Could you turn it on? Please, get it going. Thank you. Hello? Are you right by me? Are you close to me? Is that you that's making the tapping noise?
That a footstep.
I didn't hear that. Are you walking near me? Is that you, sister? Well, have you found peace, sister? I hope you have. It's a bird. It's a pigeon. Would it be possible, sister, or any spirit that's here, to come forward and communicate with us, to let us know that you're with us? It's a car. Could you tap on something or speak loudly so that we can pick you up with this machine? Right.
I heard a tap there.
Did you? There's been lots of bloody taps going on here.
Enjoy, baby.
Hello? Are you right by me? Are you close to me? Is that you that's making the tapping noise? I didn't hear that. I'm mobbing you. Are you walking near me? Is that you, sister? But have you found peace, sister? I hope you have. It's my stomach. It's a bird. It's a pigeon. Would it be possible, sister, or any spirit that's here, to come forward and communicate with us, to let us know that you're with us?
Yeah, that tap.
There was a tap, wasn't there? Mind you,
Could you
no.
tap on something or
I was going to try and justify that, but I
speak
think
loudly so that we can pick you up with this machine? Did you?
it picked up a tap, didn't it? Well, we'll have to review that. I just want to give you another little idea of the folklore, myth and legend. Well, it might not be myth, it might be a perfectly valid, or it might be a perfectly valid story as far as I know, but one of the stories goes about this place is that on the main road out there, there's a house opposite, which was reputedly haunted. People have seen faces in the doorways there and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. But there's been a case of people that have investigated here, and this is documented as well, and they've parked their vehicles out the front, and then as they're leaving in the morning, early hours, they can hear from a distance the sound of horse hooves and what they believe to be a carriage thundering down, and it gets nearer and nearer and nearer, and it gets so close it becomes thunderous, and it goes right past them. And a couple of people have said that whilst they've been in their vehicles just about to leave, it's come so close and it's so audible and it's so it's so there that they've actually, it's caused their vehicles to sort of rattle and to move. So that's one of the stories. I don't know what the credibility is with a lot of these stories, because obviously with myth and legend, a lot of it grows up around haunted places. So, but there's always an instance where, or there's generally a grain of truth in those stories. So we're going to carry on here, do some more vigils. It's really getting dusky now, so we'll see if we can get anything. Right, okay, so we're gonna crack out the big guns now. We're not really big guns, but we've brought this. So this is the yes, we call it the yes no machine. It has got a name. It's called a, what was it called, Viv? It's
a flux capacitor.
Flux, or it's a flux, but Viv added the capacitator at the end of it, so we call it the flux capacitator.
It's a flux capacitor.
We don't give two flux here, so we'll call it what we want. But yeah, so it's a flux. Let's call it a flux capacitator. It's flux, but yes, no machine, that does us. We're not very technical, so that'll be for us. And we're going to put this out, and we're going to see if we can communicate with spirit through this as well. Hopefully they'll be able to answer yes or no with questions that are given. Let's try it. So there you go. That's that set up. So we're going to see if we can get communication. It's just setting itself at the minute.
While you're doing that, shall I go round and do something over there?
Yeah, or you can stay here. You might have relevant. You might have. Well, I'm just thinking you might have relevant questions as well that you want to ask.
Oh, no.
So I don't know why that's right. Okay, that's fine. Are there any spirits with us here in this cemetery tonight, in this graveyard, that would like to communicate with us? Perhaps you're from the church which is behind us. Let me explain the machine to you. If you walk up to the machine and go one side, there will be a green light, and that will let us know that yes is your answer. And if you walk the opposite side, then there will be a red light, and then that will give us the negative answer, the no. So if you can do that, I think the green light, as I'm looking at it, is on my left hand side, and the red light is on the right hand side as I'm looking at this. But give it a go, and let's see how far we get with it. So are there any spirits here with us this evening? Are there anybody from the netherworld, the next dimension, that would like to come forward and communicate? Brilliant. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. We believe that we'd I think that's going to reset itself in a sec. I hope it is. Right, we believe that we were talking to a nun earlier, sister. We believe we were talking to a sister earlier, the nun that actually walks these grounds and walks the path behind us, which used to be where the rectory was. Is that you, sister? Okay, let me try this another way.
Can you hear this lovely bird song? Are you able to hear this? How beautiful is that?
I'm not going to keep calling you spirit. You're a person, or you were, you still are, and I want to refer to you as such. So because I don't know your name, my name is Dan, by the way, I'm going to refer to you as friend, if you don't mind, just to be a little bit personal with it. So tell me, friend, are you male? Are you a man? Are you female?
We had that last time. It wouldn't refer to
No,
itself
it wouldn't,
as
would
male
it?
or
It wouldn't,
female.
no.
Were you ever born onto this earth plane? Are you something else?
Are you a child?
Shall I be cheeky?
Yeah, go for it.
Is your name Harry Price?
Sister, was that you? Could you move to the machine, sister, please, and make it go, or whoever it is, and make it go yes or no? Was that you, sister? Bird behind me.
Sure, that's a bird.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you commit suicide here? Was your life cut short? Pheasant.
Yeah,
Sounds like they're laughing.
I know, it's brilliant. Could you come forward, please, and just activate this machine for me to let me know that you are here? Is that possible?
Are you an animal? Those pheasants are a bit fruity, aren't they?
Oh, they are. They're getting bedded down for the night, that's why. Are you a nature spirit? Are you a nature energy? You're a nature energy. Okay.
Something right behind you. That's
I
not.
know, there's something behind me, I know.
That's not a bird.
No, there's something walking in the... I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's like bushes moving behind me. I don't know what it is, but you can hear it. So are you what would be called an elemental? Are you an elemental spirit? Right, whatever it is, doesn't really want to play ball, does it?
No.
So I think we'll give that a wide berth, as it were. So we've moved positions now round to the side of the church, away from the main door. As you can see, with lots of graves behind us. And we thought that we would reposition ourselves, because up there we were getting little bits, but as you saw, but there was nothing really nothing tangible as such. So we moved away from there because we want to try different areas, see if we get more activity here, and B, because it's so close to someone's house and we want to use the ovilus, we don't want people sitting in their room watching whatever they're watching on a Saturday, is it Saturday night tonight? Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, Saturday night. We do so many investigations, we're losing track of the days. But we didn't want people looking at TV on Saturday night and then hearing us like come out with demon and things, or we're hearing the ovilus come out with stuff like that, or bad language, as it has been known to do. So we're going to do that, and I'm also going to get there you go, I'm going to get the music, paranormal or ghost hunting music box out in a minute, and see if we can get any activity on that. Yep. Did he just say ghost hunters?
Yeah, just stop a minute, Dan.
I don't know if you heard that, but there's a couple of fellas gone past on bikes, and they said, we heard the word ghost hunters, and then we heard, as they've ridden off, are they ghost hunting? No, we're just out for a bit of a picnic, aren't we, at this time of night? But they've gone now, so we're going to crack on. So Viv's got the ovilus, and we're going to see if we can get anything through that. Is that phonetic, Viv?
Phonetic word, yeah.
Cool. What was that? Can you hear that?
Shall I bring it closer?
Yeah, I think we might need it a bit close.
Brook?
I know. Are there any spirits that would like to come forward and communicate with us, please? My name is Dan, and the lady who's with me is Vivian. You can use that piece of machinery that's on her knee there. You can talk through that. You can utilise the environment or the atmosphere, and then it will channel it through that, and we'll be able to pick up you or hear you speaking. Are there any... What was that, Viv?
Sounded like you.
Yeah, nice.
Air?
Was that you here or you here?
Sounded like air.
What was that?
Elwood?
I thought that was Elwood. I've never heard that one before, have you? Is that your name, Elwood? Is that your surname or your first name? What was that, Viv? Did you say pardon?
I thought it said Anne.
Are you Anne Elwood? Scared? What's that saying, Viv? Scared. There's no need to be scared of us. Like, we're here with love and compassion. You can... What are you scared of? What are you scared of? Is there anything in particular you're scared of? Bats are coming out. That's the glitch, isn't it, Wooly?
You did say bush.
Bush.
Where are you?
We're here. We're right in
By
front
the
of you.
bush?
Are you where by the bush? Are you by the bush? There's lots of bushes in here. We're by, not the main door, but the second door to the chapel, to the church. Can you hear us? What was that? Was that Wooly again?
Wish. I thought it said wish.
Was that weird?
Yeah. Do we look weird?
Or maybe what we're doing is weird. He probably got a point. Are you a lady? What was that, Viv?
No, you take this.
Yeah, let me have a listen to this. Oh, put any coffee there. Are you a lady? Hang on, guys, turn you around. Was that ill? Did you say ill? Could you come forward and talk to us, please? My name is Dan. Am I speaking to Anne? Anne Elwood? Could you make your presence known to us by maybe tapping on something or moving something? Are you the nun? Are you a sis? That's a glitch, guys, Wooly. Yeah. Viv. Behind me. Viv. Right, there was a footstep behind me, I think. Whoa. There's a footstep behind me. There was something behind me that moved. I heard it. L. Is that Anne? L. You up. I don't know. Was that you that moved behind me? Where are you? Can you tell me where you are, please? You something, Viv. Here again. Are you the sister? Are you nun? Are you the nun? Are you a sister? Are you the sister that walks the path behind the rectory, or where the rectory used to be, and walks the path behind this church? Is that you? Right, guys, if you see or hear anything, timestamp it, please, and write it down, or put it down in the comments. That'd be great, because obviously there are things that are maybe going on, maybe things that we're missing. So you're on the hunt with us, as you always are. You know that. Could you come forward, please? Sorry, guys. Could you mention the name of one of us that are in this? Could you mention my name or the name of the lady, please, that's with me? We're here with love and respect. We're not here to disrespect you at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. No, I'm not. I think that said you are. You are what? Sorry? Air seems to be a prominent thing. I don't know why, but you. Right. Okay. Not sure what's going on here, but we'll just have to. I think we're not getting much through this at the minute. It's a bit garbled. I'm going to be putting this piece of equipment away shortly, so you've only got a little bit of time in which to communicate through this with us, and this might be your best way of communicating with us. Could you tell me your name, please? L. Now, this place used to be investigated, or it has been heavily investigated by a Mr. Harry Price, who was a ghost hunter. Is Mr. Harry Price here? Is Mr. Harry Price here with us this evening? Is Mr. I know, it's beautiful. Is Mr. Peter Underwood here with us this evening? Another famous ghost hunter. Is that help?
That sounded like help.
Scared. Help, scared.
I want help because they're scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be frightened. How can we help you? What's that for?
Chula?
Chula.
Chula?
How can we help you?
I need to slow down and speak clearly.
Did you hear what Viv said? If you could slow down and speak clearly, please, that would be great.
Look at me. Can you hear that?
What is that?
No idea. I'm hoping I've picked it up on here.
I'm going to put this away now, and we're going to try and do some EVPs, and we'll see if we can get you through on that. I'm also going to put a piece of kit out, which is like a music box. If you walk in front of that, it will pick up your energy and it will set it off. And if that works, we'll try some more different bits of kit that we've got in our arsenal. So we'll see. We'll do that in a minute. Right, I'm going to go to infrared in a minute, because we're going to now use the spirit box. Viv's brought a spirit box with her, and so we're going to use that, and we're going to see if we can get better communication, a better line of communication through that. What do you reckon?
Coffee.
Yeah, I've drank that, thank you. What do you reckon, Viv? I think there's something here that wants to communicate, but it's finding it hard to get that that bridge built. I mean, I might be wrong, but it feels there's something here that wants to.
Soak that handle.
What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Right, okay.
Okay. Where do you want to do it? Here, or do you want to move into?
Let's do it here. Do it here, shall we? I'm going to get my camera set up.
Just mindful.